Here we are, week 3 of the Kohort Late Model Series Tour here at Stafford Motor Speedway. This is race 3 of the season. We're going to be going 80 laps in this race. One set of tire in the pits, one fast repair. We race every Sunday. Session will open up 8:45, 9 p.m. with green flag in either case at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested, there's a link in the description to join the league. Hope to see you. So we have we have Kyle St. Jean with the pole position in the Solid Rock Carrier Ford late model. On the outside, we have Jesse DeRosia leading that second row in the D&T Designs late model Chevrolet. On the inside of row 2, we have Bruce Clean in his School of Sim Racing late model Chevrolet. On the outside of row 2, we have Christopher Schaefer in his Getting Hooked late model Chevrolet. Starting row 3, on the inside, we have Ryan Cavey in his 91 PFC Brakes late model Toyota late model. On the outside, we have Nicholas Giampa in the Clarence Steakhouse late model Toyota. Going further in the field, we have Theodore York, as we had a disconnect here. Theodore York. Camera, please. Camera, please. There we are. Ted York in the School of Sim Racing 09 late model Ford. On his outside, we have Gary Mansberger in his red Smokehouse Barbecue late model Chevrolet. Further back of the field, we have Rick Main in the 187 Getting Hooked Chevrolet. On his outside, we have Christian McCartney in his Elite Ford late model. And in the last row, we have Devin Maines in his number 6 School of Sim Racing late model Ford. And bringing up the rear, we have Brian Axe in his Sundrop late model Chevrolet. And we'll take it to the green flag for the start of this race. Most of these guys, Christian McCartney could be his first week. I'd have to double check. And we'll go to Barney for the flag man as he goes. As they approach turn 3, heading out of turn 4. Green flag's in the air. Kyle gets a great start. 1, 2, 3, 4, all single file, doubled up later in the race, later in the pack. So far, so good. We have a car up high. Is that Ryan Cavey on the outside, holding tough, getting loose. Slight contact on the wall, but Gary, he's going to lose some positions. Let's see if Gary gets settled in here. All right, he gets back to the inside. All right. So we have Ryan Cavey bound back. Contact, outside wall, Rick Main, hard into the wall. Hard into the wall. Let's see what's going on with Rick Main. All right, looks like he avoided any right front damage, caused the meatball, but heavy damage in that late model. We'll see if he has to pit here and take his fast repair under green flag. That's going to do some heavy damage. He'll definitely go a few laps down. Be a hard battling back from that. So we'll see if Rick Main can recover from that hard contact on corner exit. We have a close battle here for P1. A lot of good battles. Contact on the outside wall of Kyle. It's going to give Jesse a run. Jesse's right there. He's looking to make a move. Now we have good racing back further in the pack as well. Oh, he's loose. He saves it. Gets it under him. Nicholas Giampa. Ryan Cavey looking to make a move on the outside. Doubled up. Oh, he's getting loose on the inside. Ryan Cavey holds strong. All right, Ryan Cavey still holding on to that outside row. Trying to get momentum on that run. Get a run on the straight. Evened up. Hanging tough. And still Great racing here by these two. Great racing. All right, looks like Ryan got it, and he shuts the door on him in the turn. Great pass by Ryan. Further up front, we'll go back up to Kyle St. Jean as he's trying to hold off Jesse. Jesse's falling back to 4/10. It's a great racing so far. It looks like Rick Mayne has retired from the race. He's got his fast repair, I do believe. Back on the track. 2 laps down is what we're scoreboard showing. So the closest battle on track right now, I believe, is Gary Mansberger and Ted York. Ted's looking to bounce off on Gary. We saw Gary make contact with the outside wall a few times. So I don't know if any of that damage is going to slow him down. Luckily, short track racing, damage doesn't impact you that much. Oh, as we see, Ted get loose. Gary gets on his outside. Oh, and Gary's getting loose on the... Oh, he's up in the marbles. He's going to lose a lot of momentum up there in the marbles. Ted leaves him space up there. Oh, so maybe contact there. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Oh, hard contact in the wall. Oh, we're 3 wide. 2 wide. All right, Gary passes. Ted York, we had all kinds of shuffling there. All right. So that's settled in. We got Gary going past Ted York. Nicholas Giampa also getting by Ted. We'll go back to the leader. Up front, we still got Kyle with a lead over Jesse by about 3/10. We'll see what it looks like from inside the cockpit. Open track for him, heads down in turn 1, misses the line. Double apex line is what we have Kyle St. Jean doing here. Let's see what he does in turn 3. He dives it in. Going way down on the aprons through 3 and 4. It's going to give him a good run out. We'll see if he's carrying enough speed through the center of the turn. As we see 1 and 2, double apex. All right, right on the apron, heading in, and then a big apex on the out. On the exit, which is going to give him momentum. And he's doing the same thing through 3 and 4, it looks. Yep, goes down for that big apex out of 3 and 4. And let's see the run that Jesse's running right behind him. So Jesse's holding it down there through center. Definitely gains on him through center. Then Kyle taking that big apex on the exit gives him the momentum. Spaces him through the center. So here we see Jesse again. Will close in through the center. Kyle doesn't go down as far, but he still gets that run off the turn, which is going to make it hard for Jesse to clear him. Poke his nose on the inside. I think Jesse's going to have to mix up his line in order to get the momentum to make a move there later in the race. All right, we have a battle here as we have... Who do we have here? We have Bruce trying to get past Chris Schaefer here for the 4th position. So we have 3, 4, 5 right here. So we're riding along with Bruce. Let's see what it looks like inside. So Bruce is in the Chris Ryan sandwich. You see, gets down on the apron. Ooh, almost makes contact. He lifts to avoid making contact with Chris there right through the center. So I think we have a similar situation here between, as we saw with Jesse and Kyle, in that we have Bruce has more momentum through the center, but it's hard for him to get his nose underneath of him. As I'm saying that, we have potentially a battle for the lead. Nope, Kyle's able to hold him off again. So Kyle St. Jean and Jesse, 3-second gap on 3rd. So we'll see if Jesse's able to maybe change up his line a little bit, get past Kyle as we're ending the quarter. There's a crash. Let's see. Caution out here. Let's see. We missed a caution. Let's go take a look at it.
Do we have wave arounds, old boy?
All right, we got... All right. So, ooh. So it looks like we had Devin Maines. Was it Devin Maines? Let's go back and look again. So we had somebody get on the outside wall. Let's see who had on the outside wall. Let's go with the chase cam here. All right, we're right along with Devin Maines. So he's on the inside. Oh, there it is. So the 26. 26, I believe that's Nicholas Giampa. Let's go check it again. And let's ride along with Nicholas Giampa. So he's on the outside here. You see he's on the outside of Ted York, and then there's Devin Maines there. And it looks like he just tried to stay off the wall, and in doing so, let's see what it looks like from the blimp.
So, yeah, your name on the wait arounds, or?
Yeah, Devin Maines tried to stay off the wall, made contact. And let's go back live.
Car going on the outside.
All right. So I think we had Josh O'Connor doing the race control. I think he gave it to him. Yep. All right. So Joshua O'Connor is our race control for this race. So it looks like we had our first EOL goes to Nick Giampa. As we saw there, he was on the outside. And just came down. Came down to avoid the wall, made contact with Devin Maines there. So first caution. Clean racing so far. So we got Kyle St. Jean, Jesse DeRosa still leading the field. Chris Schaefer, Bruce Klingen in row 2, Ryan Cavey on the inside of the third row. We'll go take a look with Barney as they head into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4. And green flags in the air. Here they go. Kyle St. Jean once again. We got single file through the first top 5. Kyle and Jesse. Ooh, Jesse gets loose, trying to make a huge run, tries to dive it down. Not quite there to really get below Kyle. That's going to be a great race. I'm really looking forward to see how this one ends between those two. Now, they were class of the field before that caution came out. As I started the show, somebody hit. Let's see what that was. So we have Rick Mayne off track. We had somebody lock it up. There was contact back there. Let's see what that contact was. Gary Mansberger. Let's go check it out. I don't know if there's a caution on the track. So we have Gary comes down and contact 023 turns Gary Mansberger. So we'll go live. They did bring out a caution. So let's go back now that we know the caution is out. Let's see who made contact here. So we have Gary. Dives it down to the inside, and the 023. 023 Brian makes contact. Let's go check it one more time. We'll ride from the cockpit here. See what she looks like. Ride along with Gary. Let's ride around with Brian. So he's on the inside. We see it was a late move by Gary coming down into him. Not sure whether Brian knew that he was going to come down before him. Right knee in the braking zone. So that's a tough one. But Brian did get into him. We'll see what race control does as far as penalties and EOLs for that incident. Unfortunately, with the broadcast way, there's no way for me to see the EOLs that are being administered from race control. So we'll see. That's something we'll work on for next week. Get a better idea of the EOLs that are being administered by Joshua O'Connor. In the event that there is any EOLs for that incident there. There was a late move by Gary coming down, blocking the inside by Brian, causing the contact. So again, not clear if Brian knew that Gary was going to dive down in front of him. All right. Rick Main, Kermit in the booth. You got me? Not sure whether or not our radio is working. Our radio might not be working. So we'll have to prove on that as well. I have received no feedback from the drivers on whether or not they are hearing me in the booth. Oh, there we go. We have race control. Alright, so confirm they can hear me. Brian EOL is what race control is saying. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll go ahead and put that on screen. Alright, shout out Joshua O'Connor, Yoper J for coming in, doing race control. Support. Oh my goodness, green flag. I'm sleeping out here. Alright, let's go up to the front of the race. As we see Jesse on the inside. Alright. So single file 1 and 2. Close battle still by Kyle St. Jean and Desi DeRosa. Behind them still a single file. All the way through the pack, it appears. Jesse's all over him. Let's see if we can ride along here in the front of... let's see what Jesse's looking at. So ride along Jesse's hood. You can hear he's getting in the throttle a little early. So he dives it in. So we have Kyle taking a lower line now through 1 and 2. Way down on that apron. He's going to get the momentum again on the backstretch. But Jesse sends it in a little bit deeper. Oh, just to say that, Kyle overshoots it. Jesse closes the gap a little bit. Kyle's able to maintain that momentum on exit. See, Jesse takes a little bit higher entry. It's going to give him momentum on the exit. Oh, he has to lift. He definitely had momentum. He had to lift there to avoid making contact. Great racing here. So it looks like he's more aggressive on entry. That's going to give Kyle St. Jean momentum off the exit. And this just goes back and forth, huh? Great battle here. We have another great battle going back between Gary and Nicholas. You see Gary on the inside. See if he gets past him here. Side by side. Still 2/10 separating the lead pack. We'll check this side-by-side battle as Nicholas goes way up the track. He's able to maintain the high line despite being way up the track. Oh, Gary slides it in, has to hit the brakes to avoid making contact. Very close between Gary and Nicholas. That was almost our third caution of the race as Rick Main gets onto the outside wall at the top of your screen. So now we have another battle heating up here. P2 between Ryan KV and Jesse. Looks like Ryan was able to get by him. Let's go back and see what happened between how Ryan was able to get past Jesse here. So we had Jesse get right into the back of Kyle for the lead. He had to check up, brake, and that allowed Ryan to get by him. Great battle up there. Now we'll see if Jesse can battle back, get back ahead of Kyle, or excuse me, Ryan, and chase down Kyle as we hit the midway point. Great battle, 1, 2, and 3. We have a slight gap to 4th, and then once again, 3-car battle for 4th place. That we see here, Jesse mixing up the line a bit, trying to get momentum, giving everything he has as the rear slides out from under him a little bit. So we'll take a quick peek to the back of the pack. We have a battle between Ted York, Rick Main, as Ted gets to the inside of Rick Main. heading into turn 3. See if he can clear him. Rick Main's high on the track. Ted York's able to clear him for P9. Alright, let's go back up, check these leaders. Great battle here. Let's ride inside with Ryan, shall we? So riding inside here with Ryan KV. Now he's the one chasing down Kyle St. Jean. Kyle's led every single lap of this race, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely the guy to beat. 45 laps in, 35 laps remaining. We've had 3 cautions. Great run by Ryan there. One of the few times I've seen somebody get more momentum on corner exit than Kyle St. Jean. Kyle's been taking that low exit, which allows him to get full throttle much earlier because he has that much more space on corner exit to really just punch that throttle. So as you see there, they kind of maintain the same distance. We'll go back 1 car to Jesse and see what he's looking at between Ryan and Kyle ahead of him. So we have Jesse here. He was riding P2 class. Him and Kyle were class of the field. I think they had a 3-second gap on P3 before that first caution came out. So we're almost a second behind them is P4. So we have a 3-car battle for the lead. He has to lift to avoid hitting the outside wall that we've seen several others do. So we have another battle. A little further in the pack, we have Christian McCartney in the 81 looking to get past the 23 of Chris Schaefer. Great looking car, that 81. As he's peeking his nose. Does he get momentum? Does he maintain the inside line? Oh, close battle. I think he had to brake there. You know what, let's ride in his cockpit. See what he's looking at. That was very close to contact there. Alright, so he sends it in, puts the left front on the apron, gets a little loose. He's taking that Kyle line to get momentum. He definitely gets a... Oh, he has to lift a little bit. So inside line on those... on the paint. Takes the Kyle line. Gets in the throttle. Can't maintain it. Chris is able to maintain momentum on corner exit and maintain 5th position. Excuse me, 4th position. So as you can see, he had to lift again. So with his late apex way down on the apron, it allows him to get in the throttle sooner, but he needs the full track to really take advantage of that full throttle. And with Chris being on his outside, it doesn't give him enough space to take advantage of that ability to get in the throttle soon. So here it is again. He gets below him. Let's see if he's able to maintain it. He really needs the whole width of the track. If he gets the whole width of the track, I think he's going to drive away from Chris. Great battle here. Alright, we'll check in with our leaders again. Let's ride along on the nose of P3. Caution on the track. Caution, let's go see. Yellow flag. Devin Maines involved in a 2nd caution today. Let's change this camera angle. Let's see what happens. And roll the tape. So we have Devin Maines on the inside of the 023. 023. Oh, alright. Let's go take another. Let's take a look from another angle. Let's ride on the nose of Brian Ox here. See what happened. So right along on the nose of Brian. He's on the outside. Turns it down and just doesn't know that he has a car below him and turns Devin Maines. Right along with Devin Maines. Let's do the blimp view. So we have Devin Maines on the inside. Brian Zalt axe on the outside. So slight contact there. That's tough. Yeah, that's a close one. Where we have the 023 just coming down and pinching 6, who's below the racing line. So the 6 naturally needs to come back up. We'll do it from the chase of the 6 car. This might be the best view we have. So as you can see, he's on his inside, going to the turn. Slight contact there, no issue. And then the 023 just comes down and makes contact with him. And turns him. Alright, so let's go live. Yeah, it seems like the 023 gets a second EOL this race coming down on the 6. There was slight contact on entry with Devin Maines. And was it intentional coming down and pinching him? Keeping him down on the apron? Certainly aggressive racing, pinching him down on the apron. Nothing wrong with aggressive racing, but it can't be too aggressive to the point of causing an incident. We'll reach out to him after race, see what happened. Pace car's in, going through 3 as they head to turn 4. We'll head back out. We had a mix-up in the front after Kyle pits. And we'll go see what's happening down on the backstretch. And here they come around the backstretch. Fields all through. 3 and 4 as they come over the digger cam. Oh, huge wreck, huge wreck. Caution. Caution.
Alright, you tell me about your car, bud.
Alright, let's go take a look. Huge wreck there. A lot of contact. Alright, let's see. Let's see what started all this one. My. You saw it here from the starter cam. Alright, let's do rear chase. Right along here with Chris Schaefer. We'll play it. So Chris Schaefer comes down slightly. He's good. Oh, looks like Gary Mansberger gets on the outside wall. And that's what causes the chain reaction here. We have Gary Mansberger, top of your screen, hitting the outside wall. Naturally, he bounces off a little bit, comes down into Ryan Cavey, gets into the back of him, not knowing that he's going to be that slow. And then chaos ensues. That's too far away. Let's check it out. So let's go back further. We have Gary spinning. Yes. So all kinds of contact there. All initiated with Gary getting in the wall and Ryan Cavey getting into the back of him. As we'll take a look from the inside of Ryan Cavey's late model Chevrolet. You can see Ryan here. Gary's way high going into the on corner exit. Has to lift, gets into the wall. Ryan Cavey gets in the back of him. And then contact, heavy contact by a lot of guys there. Alright. We'll go back live. Fourth caution, 18 laps to go. And it looks like after that, let's go right along with Kyle St. Jean. See how arguably the fastest car in this race. So it appears he was ahead of the incident. Oh, excuse me, we're right along with Gary Mansberger there. Yes, I think he was ahead of the incident. Alright, still under yellow. Thought I was going to miss another green flag. Alright, so we're aggressive racing. You know, there's only less than 20 laps to go, so moves have to be made. You don't expect somebody to get in the outside wall. And cause the melee that ensued. So it appears the penalty went to the E13 Mansberger for getting in the outside wall, causing an incident. All right, so here we are, 16 laps to go. It's going to be 15 laps to go once we take the green flag. We have Kyle St. Jean back in the lead. New front runner, Nicholas Giampa, involved in an incident early. Back up front, racing for the lead. Chris Schaefer, Rick Main, P4. As they head into turn 3. Going into turn 4. And green flag's out. Here we go. Kyle St. Jean back on the point. Looks like Rick Main gets in the outside wall, starting the race. See what's going on here. So Kyle St. Jean gets a huge lead. Couple car links. We have Nicholas Giampa in second with damage. We see his right front. You can see his tire poking out. Short track racing, aerodynamics won't impact him that much. But I wonder how that car is handling elsewise. Maybe the steering might be a little off. Might be a little more loose. So we'll see if he's able to maintain that second position. But this is all in the benefit of Kyle St. Jean, who's taking a huge lead ahead of the rest of the field, pushing a second with 14 laps to go. Contacts, we have another caution. Oh, huge contact there after the initial caution. We saw it live. Let's go take a replay, see what happened here. I know we had Ryan Cavey pushing for that position. Let's ride along on his nose, see what happened here. So ride along here with Ryan Cavey. So 23 comes up in front. Let's change the view. Was he clear? Was he not clear? So 23 self-clears himself. Turns himself on the 91 of Ryan Cavey. Chris Schaefer spins. And then we had late contact as, who's this? The 21 of Bruce Klingon. Should probably buy Rick Main dinner first, because he's in that. Alright, so fifth caution of the race. We have 11 to go. We're going to do some pace laps here. It's going to be less than 10 to go when we get the green flag. Let's see if we can get Jesse on the radio. Jesse, Kermit of the booth, you got me? Nothing. Nothing heard. Tell you what, these drivers just don't want to talk to the booth today. You know? Little unfortunate. Kyle St. Jean didn't respond earlier. So, my feelings are kind of hurt. I don't think he wants to talk to us anyway. So, let's think. We got Ryan. Let's see what Ryan got. Ryan, Kermit of the booth, you got me? Ah. I'm an idiot. I have the scanning off. Was that Jesse? All right, Jesse, you were running top 2 early in the race. You find yourself in P5. What do you have to do to get back up to the front?
Well, try and be patient, and maybe there'll be a spot or two here.
Yeah, you certainly had the pace early. Late model racing here at Stafford, it's kind of hard to gain position, so hopefully you can stay clean, gain some positions. You had a fast car out there. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right. I got to figure out another way to do that because I didn't want to hear all the chatter on stream, so I shut off the scanning. So whenever I'm talking as race control, I can't hear them responding. I'll find out a way to do that. Race control, Yopa J, taking care of me in chat. Thank you, buddy. All right, so here we are. Green flags in the air. Kyle St. Jean leading the field. Contact, and there's a wreck. Oh my goodness, put it out, put it out. Put it out. Oh my, let's go see. That did not take very long. Let's see what started this. We have Bruce Klingen. All right, let's go chase cam. Let's see what happened here. So right along with Bruce Klingen, who's further in the pack. We have pace cars in. Leader goes. P2. Looks like P2. Who is P2?
That one is going to come down on the number 6. He cut down in front of the car that was second on the bottom line, so you're going to move to the end of the line. Please do not just cut people's nose off, guys. It's the second time. If you guys are going to clear yourselves, this is what's going to happen every time.
So we had Nicholas Giampa clear himself. Oh my. Yeah, so Nicholas taking a very late low exit. Where at this point on the turn, reasonable to believe that you should be heading on corner exit rather than still coming down. It's a tough one, but that appears is what was happening here. So 26 way up there. Comes down and just doesn't respect the 91 who's below him and causes melee behind him for the rest of the field. Yeah, I wonder... I don't know how to do this. We'll see. We'll see how we can... maybe we just hear the race chatter on the stream. We'll make improvements moving forward. This is the Kohort Late Model Stock Tour. We race Sundays, 9:30 green flag. Session opens up at 8:45 for a 45-minute practice session. 2 laps qualifying. Generally 80 to 100 lap race depending on the track that we're at. 1 set of tire in the pits, 1 fast repair. Come join us. Yeah, we might have to hear the in-game chatter. It might be more entertaining for a YouTube video if I'm being honest. So we might have to look at doing that in future races, just so I can hear the responses as I'm doing, those in-game interviews. I think it's the only way to be able to do it without clicking the UI, so that doesn't pop up and make the broadcast ugly. Without using Discord, if I want the feedback from the drivers, I think it's the only way to do it. All right, 3 to go. We have Jesse, who we spoke to before we went to green flag. Asked him how he was going to do it. Well, P2 taking out P3 is a great way to gain 2 positions, and here he is running in 3rd. As the pace car is in, Kyle St. Jean once again leading us to the green flag. Leader takes off, single file 1 through 6. Rick Mayne dives in, single file all the way through the field. Kyle St. Jean getting the lead. We have Christian McCartney diving in there looking to do anything he can to try to get past Kyle St. Jean, who has been the absolute dominating force in this race. Most definitely led the most laps. Has set pace all race. As we're heading down to the final lap, Kyle St. Jean. He's clean. Oh, we have mixing up between Jesse and Christian for P2. Kyle St. Jean looks like he has this race in hand as he goes to the starter. And there he is. Checkered flag. I might be a lap late, but that's okay. Kyle St. Jean wins the race. Christian McCartney holds off P2 from Jesse, who finishes the podium. Further in the field, we have Ted York, P4, Ryan Cavey, P5, Bruce Klingen, Rick Mayne, and Devin Maines, Chris Schaefer, and Gary Mansberger brings out your top 5. Leaders, if you're still in here, please go to the start-finish for the podium photo. Kyle St. Jean, Christian, and Jesse, please. And we have Kyle St. Jean burning it down. Kyle, it's Kermit up in the booth. You got me?
You're gonna have to make mics mandatory for this league.
Jesse, can you move up a little bit? Perfect. You're good. Thanks, guys. Christian, Kermit up the booth. You got me?
Howdy, how's it going?
A hell of a race from you. You were mid-pack throughout the majority of the race. Found yourself P2 to end the race. How'd you do it?
Just being patient, you know, make my way up through there. You know, maybe a timely pit stop, waiting, you know, a couple extra laps there, and like I say, just being patient.
Yeah, patience was key. Definitely later in this race, seems like a series of cautions. You have any friends, family, or sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my teammates at SSR, Devin, Ted, Bruce. They were all racing in here tonight. You know, all the other guys over at SSR for all the things that they do. You know, they help out lots of new drivers, including myself, and help them get accustomed to what iRacing has to offer and help them get up to speed, so to speak.
All right, Christian, really appreciate you. Welcome to the league. Great race. Hope to see you next week. Great job, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, hope to see you guys again next week, too.
All right, and that'll do it. Kyle St. Jean, Christian McCartney, and Jesse DeRosa finishes out the podium. This is the Kohort Late Model Stock Series Tour. We race Sundays, 9:30 green flag. Session opens up 8:45. We'll see you next week as we head to as he pulls up the schedule because he doesn't know it off the top of his head. Next week, the series heads to USA International Speedway. So come join us for 80 laps at USA International Speedway. 8:45 session will open. Hope to see you there.